Prince Adam is a fun one. Honestly, he's probably my favorite out of all of the Disney Prince line, just because he comes with so many extra things, but I think that we honestly need to look at this and evaluate the Beast costume for what it is. A hot freaking mess. The Beast head is just so awkward and clunky, and it doesn't work. It is not the right shape, I think, for the Beast, and he looks so incredibly derpy. And for the scared expression on Belle's face, I can only imagine what she's thinking. Who would be happy standing next to that? And that may be why she looks angry in the new dolls, because she still got stuck with the same ugly Beast prince. The hands are awkward. They don't really work as far as the head because they're almost as big as the head. The tail in the back is kind of endearing though. It's cute. It's a little clumpy though, so it reminds me of a hairball. Now let's get to the fun part and take off this nonsense and let's look at Adam for who he is. There's just something wrong happened here. I think that he is one of the few princes that actually needs real hair. Because if you can see back here, his hair is braided, but it's all plastic. Which to me is super awkward, and I think that it would have worked better if they would have done real hair compared to just having plastic hair. Because Shang has real hair, and it works well for him. I think that it would have worked better for Adam. He also has the bow in the back of his hair, which I think would have worked better for Belle, so I don't know why they gave it to him and they didn't give it to her. But hey, whatever. Oops. Adam has these gorgeous gold patterns that are along the side of his pants, and that is something that I think is really cool and something that they did a little bit more detail work than some of the other princes. I love his top. The only problem is that it's all one piece and it's not actually two. I think that it would have actually been a little bit nicer if they would have had two parts to the costume, but if you'll look here in the back, it's all connected all at the same point. And again, we have to show his underwear, which is the same color as his pants. I really am waiting for the day that I find a prince that doesn't have the same color underwear as their pants. So I would have liked to have seen it a two-piece costume. Otherwise though, I think he's pretty good. I like his little vest here and even the collar that they put on it. It looks very much like his costume at the end of the movie, and I really love the detail work that they did. And they didn't finish it off in the back, but oddly, I think it almost works for the context of what it is, because usually with vests, the color is usually different on the back, so it's possible that they were trying to go for that feel that the vest is white on the back, and that's why there's no extra color. And honestly, I don't think that he really needed the extra color in the back. He's not fully articulated. I had somebody ask me recently if the princes are going to be articulated because there's been a rumor that they're redoing them. Honestly, I don't know. If I worked at the Disney store, I'd be able to give you guys a little more information on that, but we don't really hear anything about the Disney store and the parks. So honestly, I don't know. As far as what I've heard from rumors, they're supposed to be articulating them. Who knows? We're not really sure at this point. He has these gorgeous blue eyes, which are so pretty and they're so striking, and I love his face. Even though he looks a little hideous like he does in the movie, I think he actually looks better than in the movie. I think in the movie he looked a whole lot more like Tarzan, and that was a little off-putting for me. Overall, I think he is a really great doll, and I don't think that there's much to critique as far as he's concerned, except for the hair. I would have liked to have maybe had some real hair, considering that they've gone and braided it in the back, and it looks just awkward and clunky. Despite Belle's slightly horrified features on her face, I think that the two of them are such a cute couple set. I really like the way that they complement each other, both with the gold on each outfit. I really like the way that their hair is very similar. I like that they just balance each other out very well, in my opinion, and I think that the two of them deserve a 5 out of 5 Duffies. And yes, my new rating scale is Duffy. As for Adam by himself, I actually am going to give him a solid 4 out of 5 Duffies, because honestly, I don't like the hair. I think it looks clunky and awkward, and I really despise the Beast costume. I think he's cute in some ways, but I think that it's just so awkward. And the blue part of the costume, which is adorable, I would have loved to have actually had this on him, but you can't because these hands are on it, and the only way you could really avoid that is if you cut the hands off and bought a second Adam so that you could have this blue. But really, I think that it would have looked better if they would have padded this or something so that he would have looked a little bit hulkier and made the Beast head bigger so that it didn't look like he just had an abnormal growth on top of his head on this big burly body, and then the head is almost as big, if not the same size as the hands. They're pretty close in size, and your head and your hands should not be that close, especially if you're a Beast. I do love the Beast head. I think it's adorable on its own, but not as far as with Adam is concerned, and I feel like it was just a little bit of a cheap addition. Now, in my last doll review, I asked you guys who was your favorite character from Little Mermaid, and so this week I'm going to ask you guys what is your favorite song from Beauty and the Beast, and you can choose any song, and I will talk to you guys all next week. I don't know, last week I didn't do a doll review because I wanted to show our first impression, so hopefully next week, unless something else comes up, I will probably be doing Aladdin. Maybe. We'll see. See how it goes. Talk to y'all later. Peace out. It's Dick and Mouse. And hey, whatever. Oops.